We're looking handsome. I feel kind of handsome.
So fine.
I actually don't feel handsome at all. Frick, screw this. What's up, dudes? Beginning of the freaking YouTube video. Oh shoot. So we don't typically start freaking videos like this, but today we're doing kind of a simple video, especially in the beginning. I'm just gonna go in here and we're gonna get a sick shoulder pump. He's gonna get tan. I'm gonna probably tan before because I'm freaking looking pasty because there's no freaking sun outside. So that sucks, but yeah, like I said, we're about to go in, get a shoulder pump scheme. I'm gonna take you guys through the freaking workout. It's actually gonna be a shoulder workout today. So I'm hyped on repeating my words. I'll probably have to poop in like 30-40 seconds or so, but yeah, rec pre for you today for the freaking sick pump, plus magnified pump pills for the more sick pump. Code Marsh on those, you guys already know the plug. Anyways, I'm actually really tired today, so I'm like forcing myself to be positive and energetic, because if there's no freaking sun in the sky, I get sad and depressed. So I think without further ado, we're gonna probably go inside and clap the shoulders. Freaking like the video. You already know the video is gonna be freaking good, those of you who've watched my videos in the past. So yeah, like the video and subscribe too, because like less than half of you guys that are watching are like subscribed. So yeah, just like do that. That'd be dope. Pretty excited. Let's go get a fat pump. That was actually pretty loud. Sorry, Hagen. Yeah! All right, guys. So just warmed up a bit. Right now we're going to get a little blood in the shoulders before we hit our compound limit. So we're gonna do like some light lateral raises, probably 2-3 sets, 20+ reps, just to get some blood in the shoulders. Get some blood flow in there. Warm up the tissues a bit, and then we're actually gonna head into our like compound movements, which is gonna be our overhead press. We're probably gonna do dumbbell overhead press. I haven't decided dumbbell or barbell, but yeah, probably dumbbell. And I'll take you guys through that. Probably work up to like 5-6 sets on dumbbell press, and then move, onto some like actual lateral delt and some rear delts. And yeah, get a fat pump. Let's do it. Alright guys, so we're feeling kind of weak today, I'm not gonna lie. We're probably gonna cap it at that, probably do a little bit of back off, and then start moving to some side delts, front delts, maybe some like front raises and stuff, but yeah, mostly side delts and rear delts. Compound movement is pretty much over. Warm up is over. So warm up, compound movement, moving into isolation stuff. We'll probably do a rear delt movement next, and then do a side delt, and then maybe a superset of rear delt exercise and a side delt exercise. Alright guys, so what we're about to do is a side lateral. Basically, we're gonna do 4 sets. We're gonna go heavy the first 2 sets, and then heavy into a drop set the last 2 sets. Really keep the intensity high on these. I would attribute most of my, my delt growth to these lateral raises, guys. They're really important to make the shoulders wider, more around 3D. Typically I do these either at the very beginning of my workout or the middle of my workout and the end of my workout. So I do these typically twice per workout. As you can see earlier, we did a few kind of warm up the delts a little bit, some blood in them before we did our compound movement, and now we're ending on it. About to hit a little bit of rear delts, and then kind of, maybe call it a day. But yeah, pump is pretty gnarly right now. Okay, dudes, so we're back from the gym. Okay, that's better. We got some freaking takeout, some chicken and rice. This isn't really the healthiest thing, but feeling freaking depleted. So yeah, we're gonna do some of this. Oh crap, it's cold. I'll be right back. All right, so before I get into all this stuff, I just wanna go ahead and disclaimer that most of you guys know I'm a Christian and I'm, open about that stuff. But I love everybody, bro. I don't care if you're Buddhist, I don't care if you're Islamic or friggin' agnostic or whatever, dude. And I feel like God's placed it on my heart to kind of share this with you guys. Like I said, I love everybody, and I hope that we can all love each other regardless of our choice of religion. And I just, if you guys want to listen, this is my story, my, my testimony. Okay, it's warm now. Now we can eat. Many of you guys know that I am a Christian. I grew up in a Christian home, from the time I was about 5 years old. Always went to church and everything. But for that time, whenever I was a kid, I struggled a lot with anger issues, struggled a lot with some family attachment issues. And so that being the case, I never really took, my faith that seriously. And I was a pretty selfish person. So like I said, we went to church, all growing up, but I was going mostly for the social interaction, which means my relationship with Christ was not growing in the way that it should have been. So over time, as I went into like more high school, it got a little better, but my relationship with God, kind of like ebbed and flowed a bit. So my relationship with my mom throughout my childhood was just really not a good relationship, like at all. Like we struggled like every freaking day with anything under the sun. I knew she loved me and I loved her, but pretty much there was conflict every day for years. But one thing that my mom consistently told me time and time again, through thick and thin, was that I had a really big purpose, that God had put me on planet Earth for a big reason. I had a big purpose to fulfill, that I was going to touch a lot of people's hearts. So I began to forget this because I started hearing it over and over and over, and it just became like, the same thing. I just started to kind of disregard it and kind of like take it for granted, I guess. And then I went to college in 10th grade. And that being the case, my relationship with my mom actually improved a lot. And then in February of 2019, my mom and I, we took off on a little trip. Anyways, like I was saying, we took off about 6 o'clock. It was kind of early. I was driving my new-ish car, and we thought it was great. And about 30-ish minutes into the trip, me and my mom were, just enjoying the conversation, driving down the highway, going about 70, 75, and something in the front end of my car just snapped. It just like popped. You could hear it, and immediately, as soon as it popped, we literally turned on a dime almost to the left and then to the right and then to the left and right, and then the car began to roll at a very high speed. Obviously we're going 70 miles an hour, and we rolled a lot freaking times. So after several rotations, car finally stopped. I am freaking out, just completely in shock. Don't know what's going on. All I know is I'm upside down and I'm locked in, and there's glass everywhere, and I'm just like hyperventilating. And so I immediately turned, to my mom next to me, who was in the passenger seat. And, as soon as I did, I thought she was unconscious, because she wasn't responding. I touched her, she still wasn't responding. So I started to panic at this moment, because this is a pretty serious accident. I kind of kick out the side window, kind of crawl out the window, walk around the car, make sure it's not like on fire or anything. Everything seemed fine. I walk around, to her side, to kind of help her out, see if she's, okay and everything. Because I was pretty much okay. 0 broken bones, 0 deep cuts. My face was pretty banged up. I did have some cuts, bruises on my face and my neck. But outside of that, I was perfectly fine. Or at least I thought so at the time being. I was in shock, so I didn't really feel any pain. So I walk around the car, and I see that, my mom is obviously, in the car. She's underneath, everything, and I noticed blood. And this is when I actually freaked out. I started, yelling. I started banging on the car, screaming at the top of my lungs, waiting for people to freaking come. But nobody came. I was completely alone. It was dark outside. It was just sun was just starting to come up, and it was really, really cloudy. So there was, relatively no light. And I'm just sitting there, in the dark, in the middle of this freaking highway with a car basically on top of my mom. Blood, coming out. I'm covered in glass, and there's just no one there. I'm alone. So I guess, the first thing that I did was I just kind of sat there. I was like, what am I doing? What can I do? Because obviously I can't lift this car up off my mom. I don't have a cell phone because, whenever your car rolls 30 times, you don't know where your freaking cell phone is. So I just happened to look to my right, and I saw my phone in the middle of the road. So I go and pick it up, praise God, it was still working. I have no idea how. Obviously, it was busted to shreds and everything, but the first thing I did was call my best friend, call my closest friend, and I was just like, I don't know what to do. This just happened. And of course, I'm like delirious, you know, crying, like screaming, basically. And so they call the police. Pretty soon, cops come like skidding in. My dad, you know, woke everybody up, you know, got everybody in the van, my brothers and sisters, and basically, I mean, he skidded in as well, you know, pretty soon, you know, because I was just sitting there by myself, you know, for about 10 minutes, just, you know, trying to figure out how can I help my mom, how can I get this freaking car off my mom, like, what is going on, and that was like, that 20-minute period was probably like one of the most difficult, like, time spans I've ever experienced. I mean, nothing can compare. I can't compare it to, and I can't even really describe like how I was feeling. It was almost like it's like watching, you know, somebody, you know, kill your brother or a close loved one, and you're sitting there, you can't do anything about it. I don't know if my mom's okay. I don't know, you know, what's going on. Pretty soon after this, like I said, you know, I find myself in a hospital bed. My dad walks in, you know, they give me the news that my mom did not make it through the accident, and which of course I was heartbroken. I thought it was my fault. It was like I was actually traumatized, and it was just really, really bad. So a few weeks after, I become kind of numb to the despair. I become very much just stuck in this pit of sadness, meaningless misdirection. I don't know what I want to do. And then one day while I was at college, I just got this sudden urge to go get a job as a tutor. And just find ways to help people, because I helped somebody one day and I was like, wow, you know, that felt really good. I felt a lot of fulfillment from that. That felt super good to me. So I got the job as a tutor, started going to the gym, because I was a girl that I wanted to impress. And I felt really bad about myself. I was pretty freaking skinny. So I really just dove into the gym, and I soon came to realize that the only things that kind of helped me get out of that little, you know, pit of despair, kind of just feel sorry for myself or just not know what to do. The only things that kind of drew me out of that little pit of, you know, despair and misdirection were the gym and, you know, helping people, you know, whether it was tutoring them in their freaking science classes or math classes, or helping people through, you know, problems that they were having, personal problems. I mean, it would get to the point where people would just know if they had a problem and they wanted to talk about it or something, they just go to me, go to Marshall Cruz in the STEM Center. So I loved it. You know, that was something great for me. I loved being able to help people because it made me feel good. You know, like I said, it drew me out of that kind of little pit of despair. And then I started playing drums at the worship band, you know, at my church. And for you guys who, you know, maybe aren't familiar with Christianity, worship is a big part of Christianity. Worship is probably one of my favorite parts of Christianity, of, you know, my faith and everything. And I loved it. You know, I loved going to church on Sunday, you know, and just playing with the worship band and just, you know, feeling, you know, I guess, you know, feeling the Spirit, you know, feeling the Spirit move, you know, in the room and see everybody worshiping and stuff. It gave me so much, I don't know, just like joy, I guess, to see that, to experience that, to be a part of that. And that, you know, became the third thing, you know, that kind of drew me out of that pit of despair. And once I had those three things, that is kind of where my relationship with God, my walk with Christ began to kind of evolve and start changing for the better. So obviously during this time, I'm thinking, you know, about my mom a lot. I'm thinking about, you know, all the things she said to me, all the things she did with me. And, you know, the thing that kept coming into my brain was that thing that she hammered into my head, that I had a purpose here, that I was, you know, put on this earth for a big reason, that I was here to, you know, that I was going to impact a lot of people in some way, shape, or form. And I never really understood, you know, what that was. I never really understood, you know, what that exactly that purpose was, what I was supposed to do, how I was supposed to freaking impact all these people. But during that time, I had also been starting to post on Instagram, you know, I was posting like gym pics or videos, you know, of lifts and stuff. And I soon came to realize that since it was the only thing that brought me joy, my purpose, you know, in life was to serve people, to help people in some way. And for some crazy reason, I felt led to do that through social media, through my fitness stuff. I didn't know why. I didn't really understand it. Sometimes I would second guess myself, but for some reason, you know, I had this peace in my mind that I was going to, I was gonna serve people and help people on that, large scale through social media. And I didn't know what to do. So I just, posted stuff on Instagram, posted, fitness pictures, videos, that kind of thing, how-to videos or diet videos or freaking, workout videos, whatever. And keep in mind, this was before I had like any success on social media, was making any money from it, or anything like that. So I pushed myself really, really, really hard for quite a while. And after like several months of just like misdirection, just freaking shots in the dark, just figuring out like, just trying different things to figure out what I was supposed to do, what my little spot, was to serve and help people, I soon came to realize that I was, kind of put in this position, on social media and everything to, help serve people, help people with their, their fitness journey, but also bring, the light of Christ into the fitness space. You guys know, like it's not very common to see someone, bring Christ into the whole fitness arena kind of thing. Me and a couple other people, have touched on it, have started to do that, but it's not something that's, very common. So, I felt this was kind of like not my calling, but, in a way, sort of like my purpose, for social media. I was on here, to, help share my faith, share my experiences, my walk with Christ with others, who may want to, try it for themselves and, kind of experience that same love, that same, I guess, closeness with God. So that brings us to the present time. And thanks to all the blessings that have been placed in my life, whether it be, a certain mirror in a gym that allowed me to, make a video that went viral, or a certain person that took a picture for me that, may have gone viral, or literally just any of these little tiny things, that God's given me, that God's blessed me with. I've been finally, put in this position. I can say without a doubt, I've never been happier in my life. I've never felt more driven to, do something in my entire life. For the first time in a long time, I feel direction. I know what I'm supposed to do. It's not like shots in the dark here and there, just figuring it out. I have direction. I know I'm supposed to do this, I'm supposed to do this, and I'm supposed to do this with that. And it's like the best feeling like freaking ever, and I know that I got that through Christ guiding me and what I'm supposed to do, and like I said, there's been times where I didn't listen to God, and I made mistakes, and I've learned from them. I've made so freaking many mistakes, man. I was a terrible kid, dude. But I've learned from so many things that I've done and experienced, and I just, I couldn't be more thankful for, the position that, you guys have helped put me in, to be able to, kind of do what I'm meant to do, serve people, help people with their fitness, with their dieting, with their freaking workouts, with their, with whatever, whether it be their mindset or their body or whatever, So I'm really, really thankful for, the opportunity to do this, the opportunity to kind of share, like I said, my experiences, my faith, everything with, you guys who maybe, like my videos and everything. So it's really, really fulfilling. And I'm just so freaking blessed, to have you guys in my corner, I guess, supporting me and everything, to be able to support myself doing what I'm doing currently. It's been a dream for a while now, and you guys have helped freaking make that possible. So, like I said, this whole Christianity thing, it's not something that, I try to force upon anyone, you know what I mean? It's not like I throw it in people's faces and, you need to get Christ or you're going to hell type thing, you know what I mean? But it is something, I kind of like to share. A lot of you guys have been asking me about it. A lot of you guys have asked for long form content. So this is something that I wanted to share with you guys, something of a testimony, to be able to kind of, I guess, give you guys some perspective on how, Christ has impacted my life, and, all the things that, my relationship with God has done for me, and that Christ himself has done for me. So yeah, my food is cold once again, so I guess I'm gonna go warm it up. But thank you guys so much for freaking watching. You guys showing love on the channel. We hit freaking 5K on the YouTube channel a few days ago, and that just blows my mind. You know what I mean? It was a far-fetched goal of mine to hit that before 2022, and we freaking nailed it. You guys freaking nailed it. So I'm really, really thankful to you guys for all the support you've been showing. Thank you so much for liking the videos, commenting on the videos, freaking subscribing, all that stuff. It honestly means the world to me. You can follow my Instagram. All the links and stuff are in the description. And yeah, I appreciate you guys. You guys are freaking dope. I know I'm like goofy all the time, but like seriousness, in all seriousness, you guys are sick. I freaking love you guys, and I'm like super thankful for you guys. Love you guys. Peace out.